Erica Thompson. I am Vested's head of agency marketing. We are here with Katelin Spaulding. She is the vice president for branding, advertising, and PR for Boston Private. Just sort of get right into the Why of Wealth, which is a campaign that Boston Private launched in 2018. And so can you just talk to me a little bit about what the thinking was behind that and talk me through that journey?
So we did a pretty deep dive in the competitive landscape of this industry, and it's so commoditized, and everybody's saying the same thing about their products and services, and there's really just nothing that's been cutting through the clutter. We did extensive research and discovered that, surprise, surprise, money doesn't really equate to a ton when it comes to the whole wealth equation. It's really the emotions driving behind it. What is your wealth really buying you? What is it really for? So we launched this campaign, The Why of Wealth, to really kind of take a step back and say the drivers and the motivations behind why people are working so hard are really the key insights that we need to be able to serve through our products and services. But kind of understanding that holistic picture enables us to serve our clients better.
In that line of thinking, what role would you say financial institutions have to ask those kind of very fundamental questions? And how do you think this campaign sort of helped shift or change the conversation around that?
I think for a lot of financial services companies, they're really good at one or two things. And I think it's easy to ask the questions around that specific product offering. By broadening the scope and having a wider question of what's the ultimate driver behind what they're doing, why are they working so hard, it really enables us to develop a more holistic, tailored offering to make sure that we're helping them get from here to there. And I think unless you look at things from a broader scope, you're not going to get at everything. And I think having a really focused, siloed view of things is just not going to help them. So I think the thing that we're really excited about is as the conversation starts, the needs arise to help support that. And understanding that holistic picture is really key in customizing the right solutions for them. I think if you come at it from if somebody's why of wealth is leaving a legacy, well, that automatically goes into the trust business for us. And how does that extend to their family? Is it a privately owned business that they're going to be handing down to the next generation? By having a firmer understanding of what's really driving them, we're able to reach out to our other partners within Boston Private to say, actually, you should probably talk to this person and see what's going on there, and we can kind of tailor something that's just more appropriate for them overall.
Was there a particular drive that you felt like was a commonality among all of the people that you talked to about what motivates them and what they equate to wealth or what they want to leave on for others?
It was great to see how much philanthropy popped. And I think it's only getting more intense as next generations come up. Business owners in particular care a lot about giving back, especially to the community. So that to me was really refreshing to know that people want to do more and they want to make an impact within their communities and within the people around them. So I think that was a really refreshing discovery.
Shifting gears a little bit, Boston Private has a female CIO, which is not something I think that we see all that often. Financial services is predominantly male-dominated. How do you think that influences your culture and your place as a thought leader in the industry?
So Boston Private actually has a history of having a lot of significant female leadership. Our board of directors actually has almost half of our members are actually female. So that has always been part of our culture. And we have just a lot of really bright women in the space anyway. And I think with Shannon, it's not just that she's female. I think she brings an energy and kind of a youthful vigor to the role. She's super enthusiastic, really sharp, and I think that she has served as a really great role model for other women coming up the ranks in that space. Because as you mentioned, it is predominantly male, and having that leadership is key.
What would you say are the most important parts of a successful client agency relationship, having been on both sides?
So I think the key thing is knowing what everyone does really well and letting them do that and giving them space to do that. I think the thing that really attracted us about Vested was this deep expertise in financial services. Love that everyone has a Series 7. You just kind of get it. And I think there's a lot of trust that you're able to hand over there, and having the relationships, especially here in New York, but with a lot of the financial media outlets, it's really just been key for us to have the in, so to speak, in that space.
Why did you choose Vested, and what drew you to us when selecting an agency?
I remember the first pitch meeting. Everyone came, and there's an enthusiasm, and there's a deep expertise and knowledge in this space. And I think understanding how all the different firms across the space are so similar, and really helping us to craft out what does set us apart and make us different, and what are those key storylines and what are those key proof points that help support that. Understanding how financial services works, understanding the cycles of the news cycles as well as the industrial cycles is really, really important. It adds a level of complexity in terms of the types of news that we need to get out, how we need to proactively be out there, and then also how we need to reactively be prepared for anything too.
So is there a place that people can learn a little bit more about the Why of Wealth campaign?
Yeah, people can actually go to thewhyofwealth.com or bostonprivate.com.
Awesome. Katelin, thank you so much for coming in and chatting with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.